K-pop music videos have it all. The catchiest music, the coolest shots and cinematography, great set dressing, amazing dancing, and their plots, they can be a bit different. Some music videos have amazing plots and use their time to tell a story as much as they can. But in K-pop, the performances are such a huge thing, and groups spend so much time perfecting their dance performance that it usually takes the spotlight in the music videos as well. So logically, most music videos tend to focus on the performance and then maybe sneak in a story in between the performance shots. But today I want to talk about a music video that shows us a little bit more of a story than it does of the dance performance. Which means that when the video isn't showing us the dance routine, it's instead showing us this. This is Milkshake.
Let me shake, shake, shake. Let me shake. Let me shake, shake, shake.
Milkshake is an awesome song performed by Flavor, which is a subunit of the group Fanatics. This is their first music video and it was released before the full group debuted. So this music video works as a great first impression. It helps us get acquainted with the members when they're hanging out together. We get to see Yoonhye playing with a teddy bear, while Doa plays with her 3 Tamagotchis. And Chiayi is using her finger puppets to create an interspecies relationship between a bird and a turtle. So already these first few shots are simply genius. They are clearly meant to teach the Korean masses that they need to be more progressive and together overcome the stigma of being a single mother. And then of course that they should also legalize interspecies relationships. Or maybe none of those things. Anyway, their hangout session suddenly gets interrupted by their 2001 iMac/aquarium that becomes sentient and decides to run a milkshake tutorial. You can follow along with the steps at home. Fill a blender with milk and then throw in an apple, avocado, chocolate bar, kiwi, lime, orange, strawberry and an oil. And then you have the most desirable drink in all the realm. So desirable that they run to the nearest convenience store to get the ingredients. After a wardrobe change, of course. Upon arrival, Yoonhye decides to stop being an idol and instead sneak off to work an abandoned ice cream stand. That stand also has way better marketing than the nameless store behind it. Yoonhye is apparently very bad at her new job though. They huddle up and discuss entering the store and further the plot instead of managing the flower cart stand. And they also leave the ice cream, so I guess they weren't that hungry. This entire ice cream stand subplot isn't brought up again, so I have no idea why it exists. But I am happy that it does. Anyway, once they're inside the store, they're back in their old clothes somehow. Where did they keep them? In their hats? Where are the hats now? Oh well, once they're inside the store, they quickly find out that it's completely out of milk. Except for one empty bottle. Which means that someone drank it right there in the store and then put it back. Gross. And this is where the star of the show enters. It's not often that you see a distributor just hanging out in the actual store and keeping track of the sales, but here they are. The cow is clearly telling them that the milk is all sold out and there's nothing that they can do. And the members of Flavor do the only sensible thing and stalk the cow to their home. And during the stalking they had time for an additional wardrobe change. And to connect the shots, they still carry around the empty milk bottle from the store, which kind of suggests that they just came from there. So do clothes change depending on your location in this universe? Or maybe Yoonhye's stint as an ice cream clerk was just an hallucination caused by their hunger for milkshakes, and nothing in these other clothes ever happened. And only the scenes in these clothes are from the actual canon timeline. If so, they just watched the tutorial, went out to look for milk, and the store didn't have it, so they completely imagined the rest of the video. It would explain the clothes that keep changing almost as if it's a dream. I'm just thinking out loud. I mean, it can't just be that they recorded scenes out of order and forgot about the continuity, right? Anyway, Chiayi seems pretty surprised that their stalking strategy actually worked. And Doa is psyched to finally draw some blood. But sadly, they decide to take the stealth approach instead. Let me tell you, the first time I saw this video I was very concerned about what Doa was gonna do when she reached that cow. Like, how was she gonna extract the milk? Thank God the cow just kept some bottles and a bucket of milk over there. Also, checking how deep of a sleeper someone is by poking a straw in their face can't possibly backfire, can it? Quite frankly, I'm surprised it wasn't a high five that woke them up. The cow is not too happy about them stealing their milk. So they all go back to the store for some reason to have a showdown. And they're back in their previous clothes and also inside a video game now. How many layers deep into their hunger-induced madness are we? Oh well. Doa uses a flurry of fist attacks to almost defeat the cow. But what she didn't know was that the cow has a move that shoots out fire from the other and one-shots people, while also regaining their own health. Okay, this fighting game needs way better balancing. Chiayi isn't doing Doa's mistake with fist attacks though, so she brought some hay to slap the cow with. Oh, I guess eating your opponent's weapon wins you the round in this game. Also, in fighting games, your round icons usually don't update when you lose. It mostly does that when you win a round. So that confused me a little bit. So yeah, next time any of you have a game night, be sure to invite the user interface artist for this video. Anyway, with the others defeated, it's all up to Yoonhye. And she realizes that now is probably a good time to unleash her fire move. So in the end, it's the bottle that defeats the cow. So much like most great villains, the tools of their defeat were their own doing. Also, I thought Chiayi threw that shit away. And I also suspect that Yoonhye hacked the game and improved the graphics a little bit, because there's quite a stylistic jump from the attack particles of this attack and this one. And defeating the cow once apparently counts as defeating them 3 times. Yeah, this game clearly needs to be patched. Also, this poor cow just wants to take back what's rightfully theirs, so when it comes to villains with the best motivations, I think this cow is right up there with Thanos. Or well, I guess the cow isn't a villain at all. I guess Flavor themselves are the true villains here. They stalk a cow to their home and then beat the living shit out of them and then steal their milk. And all that just to make some milkshakes. That's some sick shit. Anyway, with the cow defeated, they finally make their milkshakes and enter the milkshake realm. Yep, so that's pretty much Milkshake. It's an awesome song and a fun video, and it's definitely one of my favorites. I don't know Korean, but judging from the YouTube subtitles, the song is about being a milkshake who wants to be hugged by someone with soft hands so that they can melt into them. I'm sure there's some stuff lost in translation there, so I can't really say how fitting the storyline is to the true meaning of the song, but it sure is a very entertaining storyline. For me, I think the weakest part is probably the locations, as they are in my opinion a bit too minimalistic. I think they probably could have focused more on getting one location really cool, instead of having multiple bare minimum sets. Don't get me wrong though, I love colorful themes in general, and exaggerated sets often fit comedic plots very well. But their home set is a very hard location to defend with all these clashing styles. The rubber duck is helping though. And then on the opposite end we have the store without a sign and walls with red bathroom tiles. That just looks a bit too minimalistic in my opinion, and it doesn't quite fit in this world where we have milkshake tutorials that causes women to go out and beat up cows and where Chiayi has her own cheese plane dimension. I guess the people making the sets didn't have enough time to create this location, but I think they should have gone with some other place for the final showdown, instead of just having it be where the ice cream stand used to be before Yoonhye drove it to bankruptcy. I actually think this location would have been better and would also make more sense in the story. Other than that, it's an amazing video. It's not often that we get chronological stories in music videos like this, but it's always nice when we do. I just had to talk about this one in particular. Flavor is amazing, and I hope this subunit gets to release more songs soon. Because this subunit really elicits a reaction from me. And that reaction is of course... Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!